Well, we're down at Strand Shopping Centre, and an iconic sign, of course, HMV. Pete, the manager, with me. I'm delighted you've been able to talk to us now, because you're obviously wanting to, but it's been such a turmoil for the company for so long now. How are you now fixed?
Absolutely, turmoil is an appropriate superlative. I think we've had to go through quite a lot of pain recently. Not so much our store, but it's been devastating for the company, not just to enter administration initially, but there's been quite a lot of stores earmarked for closure. We had 66 stores initially. We've lost a ton of head office staff, and then more recently, well, last week, we announced another 37 store closures, which is really sad. And a lot of these people I've worked with for many, many years, and their friends and colleagues, and thousands or so people will unfortunately lose their jobs.
And you've worked at some of these stores yourself?
I've worked in 6 or 7 HMVs through my career. This will be number 7, I suppose. Unfortunately, I think over the years, the stores I've worked in previously, not solely due to administration, but they have some of them have closed. I think the Southport store was the last store left that I'd worked in previously, and that was earmarked for closure last week, very sadly. How's
it been managing the store with that hanging over you, that the possibility that you might not be here tomorrow?
I think we were always quietly confident, our store. Obviously, when you enter administration, it's out of your hands. But the brand is iconic, and we've got 90 plus years under our belt so far. And if you ask any of my staff now, none of them, I think, we've always been quietly confident, and none of them would have thought for a minute that we would have been earmarked for closure. But we've got a few store specifics, like we do benefit from a bit of a captive market, and I think there will always be a need for HMV on the high street in some form or other. And the fact, I don't think any of my staff would think for a minute that there wouldn't be a presence of HMV on the island.
I mean, I remember it was Harrison Music before it became this, and you could go to Woolies to buy things, you could go to Colburn's, a local shop. Really, now, if you want to actually physically pick up media, you're it, aren't you?
Yeah, I suppose so. Obviously, there's many different ways to digest entertainment these days, and you could argue that we've been a victim of many other challenges, such as online shopping and online downloads, etc. But that's nothing new. We've fought that fight for years. I think there will always. Where else would you buy Batman if you couldn't pop into HMV? I know I work for HMV, so I'm going to be biased, but I don't know any of my family who would buy a Batman film in a supermarket or buy it online. It's the kind of thing that you buy on impulse, you take it home, you watch it that day, it's the sort of mood takes you in, and you pick up what you want on that day. So, I think HMV will continue to fight the good fight, and I welcome healthy competition.
How's it been as a manager, though, dealing with the staff and these day-by-day issues of will we be here tomorrow? Has it been difficult for you?
As you can imagine, it's been massively different, not just for my staff, but staff throughout the whole company. And there's been that element of not knowing. However, we feel like we're starting to turn a corner now, and with discussions with the administrators, may have give us some slight hope that we're coming to the end of the process. They can't confirm or deny anything at this stage, and the actual any talks that may or may not be taking place are confidential between themselves and a potential buyer. But we're as I say, we're quietly confident that a buyer will be found soon, and we can continue with the business. And we've already got stock coming back into the business, and we've got some quite amazing offers at the moment. So for us, business as usual. I recommend yourself, you pop in, 70% off some of our stuff there today, so grab yourself a bargain.
Got to give it to you, you're doing a good sell. I mean, clearly this is one of the better HMV performers at the end of the day. It has to be, because they've gone through the books and they've gone, these are the ones we want to keep. So that is a good sign, I guess.
It is a good sign. However, I wouldn't like to stipulate. I'm sure there are some stores who have been earmarked for closure who have performed very well, some of them maybe more consistently than ourselves. So I don't think the decisions have been made solely on the profitability. But by and large, you would imagine that those decisions have been made for cash reasons. But no, we do well, and I like to think that we offer the best customer service on the island as it is. Therefore, that's the secret to our success. So maybe that's the reason. I don't know.
Got to give it to you. So positive. Use it or lose it. Should we just use that? I mean, you want people obviously to make this facility work, yeah?
Of course, use it or lose it. I use every media, every channel available for me to consume entertainment. I buy a lot of physical CDs, but I download a few bits and bobs that I can't really get my hands on. So, as I say, competition's healthy. I wouldn't like to think that if people solely shop online, you know, that we will always have a need for physical product. I don't like to particularly get a movie that I don't own, so I don't go down the Netflix road and all that kind of stuff, but it's also for courses, and people will decide what's best for them, and hopefully we'll still retain enough market share to continue for another 90 plus years.